My name is Caryn, as was mentioned. I am from the YMCA-YWCA of Winnipeg. The Y seems to have been brought up a couple of times, so I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of what the Y does, especially in Manitoba. I think every province and territory is a little bit different, and throughout the country and the world. Everybody, I think, has heard about the Y, probably due to the Village People's song. So in that photo, it is some of our school-aged children and one of their educators doing the YMCA song. And of course, they did sing it because people know it. So this is my agenda. Basically, I'll talk a little bit about the fact that we are not just a gym, nor are we just a pool. We have far more involved with it. And a little bit of our governance structure, administrative support, a curriculum, and staff development. As mentioned, we are more than just a pool. We are the largest childcare provider, not-for-profit, charitable childcare provider. In Manitoba, we have 38 centers, 5 of which are preschool, and 3 of those have infants. We have 16 school-age programs with kindergarten children. Kindergarten is still, for the most part, half days. That may change, who knows? And 17 programs are school-age children only. We have 400 educators, give or take 1 or 2, 2,000 children, and we're not only located in Winnipeg, we're also located in some outside communities. There is the Y of Brandon as well that has other childcare centers that they are responsible for. So the YMCA's governance structure, I guess I should change that, shouldn't I? Is not like standalone centers. So typically in Manitoba, standalone centers have a parent board of volunteers, which can be wonderful and horrible, depending on who you have, the year, the agenda, whether it be personal or, so it's hard to work with sometimes. So the Y's governance structure is voted individuals who are selected or basically put in an application, and they're voted in based on the needs of the Y as a whole. And so they have different professional or different expertise that is needed in the moment. So every center does have a parent advisory council, which is really important because I think those are moments in time where, they can talk about their personal center, what their philosophy is about different things, if they have a fundraising event or if there's something specific they want to work on together, then they meet in that way. There is the president CEO who is the representative to the board, VPs of childcare, which is myself, the VP of Childcare and Development. There's a manager, there's directors. There are people in place who would potentially fill the role of a parent volunteer board. So instead of a board signing off on early childhood legislation, whether it be a document that was given on an observation or a visit, it goes to me. I look at it, I'm able to sign off on it based on my early learning and childcare knowledge and do follow-ups as necessary. So it's really, in my opinion, pretty a good structure. Yeah. So administrative support. The Y has a human resource department. It has a performance, the human resource department, I can rely on them to help support with performance management. So if there's something going on, I have the ability to connect with our human resource department who will guide me in a way that is appropriate. They also deal with payroll and benefits. We have a registration team that fills spaces, that collects finances, a finance department that actually does all the accounting. So it actually frees up the director of the center to do more meaningful work. So it allows, in a standalone center, a director may take on 1,000,001 responsibilities, from plunging toilets to hiring, accounting, policy development with the board, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this structure really, really does allow for the director and the management team, as well as the educators, to actually really focus on curriculum. So it's really, really a positive way of doing things. And I think I've probably lost track here. So we'll move on to curriculum. So the Y in Canada, Y Canada has created a curriculum. I'm going backwards. We're going to talk about more so along the lines of being part of the YMCA Canada curriculum development for outdoor play. So Building Blocks on Balmoral, which is one of our centers, which is actually really beautiful. So it's a really beautiful example of purpose-built childcare. It is part of the Y Canada Learning and Teaching Hub. Oh my goodness. They're participating in research project with the Lawson Foundation, with Southwestern Ontario YMCA, and multiple colleges across Canada on the benefits of outdoor play. So educators are provided with training, different modules that they have to follow through to really, really understand the benefit of outdoor learning and outdoor play. We also follow a Y Canada YMCA Playing to Learn, which again is an emergent curriculum, play-based learning. It follows the philosophy of childcare in Manitoba. It is just pretty much emergent curriculum hyped up. So ultimately, observation, documentation, program planning is really critical. Sharing why we do what we do with parents is also a really important piece of it. And staff development. So obviously everything we do with regards to outdoor play, playing to learn, a place to connect, takes time for training. So we ensure that we are taking time to train our staff, our educators, in what we expect of them. But we also have individuals who are interested in certain training opportunities. So they've done Circle of Security, they've done NVCI training so that they're able to train our staff specifically. We also have one of our directors who is a forest school practitioner. And due to our structure, I think is just really, really has been given us an opportunity to do some really powerful and meaningful curriculum development, ultimately. So I think the structure of multi-site centers could be very beneficial for a multitude of reasons, but I think, as we often say, it takes a village, and I really believe it takes a village. And I've worked in standalone centers, and it's been, some of my favorite moments, but some of my most stressful moments as well. Because, as I mentioned, directors are expected to be all things to all people. So this structure has allowed me to learn about different opportunities, and I just think, obviously the Y is a pretty big childcare, again, not-for-profit organization across the country. So, yeah, that is all about the Y.